Today in Luther's Kitchen, I'm making Dutch pancakes, and I'm super jazzed because I get to use a brand new pan. First, I am adding some dry ingredients to a medium-sized bowl and getting them all whisked together. So I'm using all-purpose flour, baking powder, regular granulated sugar, baking soda, and kosher salt. And then I'm separating a couple of eggs because I want to whip the egg whites separate from the egg yolk. And whenever you whip egg whites, it's really important that your bowl is clean and that your whisk is clean and that everything is clean. And you want to beat them until stiff peaks form. At that point, I remove them to another bowl so that I can recycle that mixing bowl because now I'm going to build the batter in that mixing bowl. Using the same bowl without washing it, I'm now going to add in all the dry ingredients, followed by the egg yolks, melted butter, and buttermilk. And I want to get all of that whipped together or whisked together until it is just combined. Be careful not to overmix. When the mixture is smooth, you want to remove the whisk and you want to carefully fold in the egg whites, being very careful not to deflate them. The beauty of this recipe is that the pancake stays really light and very fluffy. You don't want to have a very dense Dutch pancake. I'm using what's called an Evelskiver pan. I hope I said that correctly. And I just have it over medium-high heat, and I'm brushing some canola or coconut oil in there. And I'm making sure the pan is really hot, but not too hot because these take a while to cook, so you don't want the bottoms to burn in the process of cooking the batter. And I'm just using a cookie scoop or ice cream scooper to portion out pretty even quantities of batter. And I have some Nutella that I'm going to add to these. And for the Nutella, I'm just using a chocolate truffle scooper. So really little scooper, and just ever so gingerly putting in some Nutella into each one of these. This was awesome, I have to say. Adding the Nutella was a nice little perk. And then once the bottom is cooked, you want to carefully flip them over. This is the hardest part of making these pancakes, the flipping. So I used a couple of chopsticks. You could also use a fork, and you can see some of the batter was a little loose and stuck to the side, but in the end, nobody could tell, and everything looks beautiful. So that's the color that you want, nice golden brown. Be very careful with the heat, so you may have to lower it in order for the batter to fully cook, so that you don't end up with a raw pancake in the center, because if your fire is too high, then you're gonna burn the bottom, but the inside will be raw. So you want both sides to look nice golden brown. Now to serve these, you could just simply put a little bit of powdered sugar on top or pour some honey or syrup on it, but I wanted to jazz it up, so I put a little bit of freshly whipped cream and some raspberries, and they were amazing. It makes actually a really wonderful dessert. For this recipe and more, visit myclasscancook.com.